the floor joist up right towards the end of yesterday, getting all this stuff up in here and doing this. I looked around and I looked at this floor joist and my mouth almost hit the floor. You see there? You see that right there? Look at that. There's a knot right there. It's already starting to crack. It's open. And look on this side. You see how big that knot is? See where the crack goes up there? I never should have put that up there as a joist. And I'm not going to take it down now because I've got all the joist hanger nails in here. I've got the clip on here. I'd have to dig these nails out, kind of rip it apart and put another piece there. Well, I've got another idea that I'm going to do for that, and I'm going to make a little gusset. And I'm going to take this OSB plywood, whichever piece is better. Probably this one here. And I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut a straight line on it, and then I'm going to cut two pieces out of it, about 5 1/4 inches wide and this long. So this is about 2.5 feet long. And I'm going to put it up here, probably from here to about here, however long that is. I'm going to put liquid nails behind it, and then I'm going to screw it with some short screws, maybe 1-inch screws or 1 1/4 screws. And I'm going to put one piece on this side, and I'm going to put one piece over on this side. And believe me, that's going to make that stronger than that 2x6 ever was, even if it didn't have a knot. It'll keep it all together. The liquid nail construction adhesive and the screws. It's amazing what you can do with plywood, or with that OSB paneling plywood, I guess you can call it. Now see, these are floor joists. These are called TJI floor joists, and this is the same stuff, the OSB plywood. I'm not sure how thick this is. It could be only 1/2 inch thick. And see, there's a bottom rail on it. And see, that's just a lot of that layers of it. See how many layers you got on there? And then there's a top piece, and there's a little channel dadoed into it at top and bottom. And then this is glued in there. Can you believe that's what they use for floor joists nowadays? And those aren't even that tall. Those look like about 8 inches tall, and that's holding all the weight of that flooring up there. I don't know if you can tell, but from here you can see, I can see that it's higher on this side, lower on this side. It needs to be sloped because all of this floor right in here is outside. That's where that tile is. And then on the inside over here, there's more of those same TJI floor joists. And they can span long distances. Good grief, look how long those span. What the heck? That's probably, I don't know, 20 feet. 20 feet from that wall on over to there. So those TJIs, I know those aren't like 8 inches tall or something or anything. Those are probably like, I'm gonna guess 12 inches tall. There's insulation in there right now, so it's hard to see, but I know they're more than 8 inches. And the OSB on those might be 3/4 inch instead of 1/2 inch or something. I'm not sure, but that's how they make floor joists. Those things will never crack. Well, generally they don't crack, they don't split, they don't have knots in them, they don't bow, they don't have any crowns on them. They're nice and straight, and that's one of the best things you can use nowadays for floor joists. See over here, they just have it set on top of the wall. But on this side, they used a band, a ledger, and then they have joist hangers. Their joist hangers are different than the ones that I put. These go up and they actually go back. There's a lip on there, maybe 1.5 inch, 2 inch lip, and that sets on top of this. So that takes some of the weight. And then there's one nail here and one nail there. That's it. Because all the weight, most of the weight is up on top. And then they've got a little bit of the weight is taken up with the joist hanger nails. So see, these are different than mine. Two nails, that's it. Nothing on the sides, because they couldn't put anything on the side, because you can see how they built those. That's what you call it, like an I-beam. TJI, truss joist, I-beam, I think. I don't know. Might be called, the name might be something else, but it's TJI. So anyways, okay. Your little classroom lesson is over for the time being. I'm gonna clean up in here and go back out in here and go from there. Thanks for joining me today, by the way. And if you are a subscriber, thank you again. And if you're not, why don't you subscribe? I've got all kinds of stuff on my YouTube channel that will help you save money around the house. Here's my two pieces right here. I opted to go with the little bit longer one that was in this hole instead of that one, which was back in there. This was about 30 inches. This was about 36 inches long. Okay. So I'm just going to put it up here, split the difference, whatever it is, and screw this thing off. Before I screw it off, I'm going to put liquid nails on it. Okay? And then I'll use sheetrock screws, and I'll use my 1 1/4 inch, the 10-year rust resistant screws. And I'll stick those up. I'm glad I remembered that before I chucked everything. I threw everything away. Which reminds me, when I clear up all this stuff, I'm not going to throw it all away yet. I'm just going to take it all, and I'm going to take it down the stairs and set it out there. And then before I finish, well, this will be something that I'll do after I get this plywood up. You see, the plywood's going to go just where the new 2x4 is. You can see where they cut the stucco out initially to get their tile through there. And you see how it's all eaten away. And I might chisel some of that out and put a new piece in there. And also, see the big hole, that big gap down in there? Look at that. That's because when I tore everything out, the OSB plywood that was on this wall before they put the stucco on went all the way through there. That was all rotted out. It stopped in here somewhere. Not sure exactly where. And I picked it all out before I put this in. And then I'm gonna have to fill that up. I'm gonna have to cut a 2x4 or something and wedge in there, because ultimately the new floor is just gonna go to here, and I'm gonna have to patch this floor here too. Look at that. And look at that. See, it's pretty good over here, and then right in there is a little bad. And so I might have to dig out a little chunk there or something and patch that. So I'll have patch material. I'll have my new flooring. I'm not going to use all my flooring. I'll have some of that to patch that with. I'll have some of my OSB before I throw some of it away, and I'll have some of my 2x6 old material. And see, this thing here, I'm going to end up cutting the piece that rolls up. I'm going to cut it and take this little strip out probably to the outside corner of the column. That way I can roll. I can roll this stuff up. This is just a piece of cardboard that I've had protecting this. This stuff is going to stay. I'm going to have that stay, but if I can cut that out of there, and that's suspect anyways because it's all bad under there, see? I'm going to cut that back, then I can peel this back a ways because it lifts right up, see? And then I can do some patching there. I'm not going to even mess with that right now, but I'm just saying, make sure that you still have some old material or some new material, you know, some scrap new material before you throw everything away, okay? Because the last thing you want is to throw everything away and then come back, oh shoot, I wish I had this, that, or the other thing, and then you're gonna have to go back to the store. So keep that in mind. All right, I guess I better get to it on that. There she be. I got liquid nail under it, you can tell. And I made little circles, again, little circles all the way. I split the difference of where that crack was, and I've done it on both sides. That board is there to stay. That's not going to crack. That knot's not going to crack. And could that knot have cracked off? Yes, it could have. Could it have stayed? Yes. But I wouldn't have wanted to have trusted it for the next 15-20 years. Okay, because that crack's pretty big. So obviously there's no holding power right there, and that crack went up right in here. That's like having a 2x4 going across here. Almost. More than a 2x4 because it wasn't cracked as far over here. Now it's not going to crack any because I've got that up there. I'm going to call that good. Pretty sure that's going to fix this. So onward and upward. I'm going to get my stuff out of here. And I'm going to clean up. Nice. I got everything pulled out of here. Cleaned up all the little wood shavings. Oh, there's one little piece. And this is how you should leave it underneath your house. Okay, those two pieces are still going to go up here. I haven't done that just yet because I've been giving myself access here with the ladder. All right, now I can take that stuff down the stairs and get resituated for my next step. What is my next step, by the way? It's probably putting in these floor joists.